Oi, you looking at my box?
What's in the box?
I think I love retro games.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
I think I love retro games.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
I think I love retro games.
Hello, yes, hello. It is me, it is Jace at Retrogames. Hello. How are you? Welcome. Happy Retro Games Day. It's Friday. Yeah, Friday. We're back. We are back. What's in the Box show is back. How you been? Has it been a good one? We're suddenly having a mini heat wave in the UK. September. We just had the hottest day of the year in September. What's going to happen? We'll be in our swimming trunks at Christmas. The way it's going. I am anyway. It's a theme. It's a theme. We have a surf theme Christmas. No, we don't really. That was last year. How are you? What you been up to? Have you been playing any great games? Baldur's Gate came out. We can talk about games news. So this week, what happened this week? Baldur's Gate came out for Baldur's Gate 3. You know, it's a long gap. Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, what are they? PlayStation 2 games. And then suddenly Baldur's Gate 3. And it's the highest rated game on Metacritic. Now, I don't know if you know what Metacritic is, but basically it's an aggregate of all the reviews in the world. And it's the highest. It's got above Zelda. It's like, what? The best game of all time. And I haven't played it yet, but I think I must. I mean, we owe it, don't we? There's a game, it's rated the best game of all time. It's a role-playing game. It's got turn-based combat. It's a lot of adventure-y kind of... I think it looks good. Split screen on PlayStation 5. You can play that split screen. See if you can persuade your wife to join you playing a video game. It's apparently... Once you start playing, you'll be addicted. It's going to be really good. I don't usually... I do... This is the thing about me. I play the old stuff, but I still play the new stuff. I still like new games. Playing Pikmin 4 at the moment. Yeah, started Pikmin 4. So, you know, I still play new stuff. What are you guys playing? Retro gamers still play new stuff, don't they? Don't they? It's not all about loading on a Spectrum. Now, our old mate Rusty, he started sending us stuff, hasn't he? He sent us something else this week. Let's check out this week's missive.
Yes, it's Sega being filthy again. Has over 130 available games. With any other console, you're just going through the motions. That's a man on the toilet playing video games. With piles of shit hot games, many at a strainless $19.99, the Sega Mega Drive dumps on all other fibre-free game systems. I don't think it means fibre broadband. And 20 quid, I don't remember Mega Drive games being $19.99. I think that's Trace Descriptions.
Yeah! Oh, yeah, anyway, moving on. Moving on from that weirdness. What else we've got to talk about? Not a lot. Not a lot. We're kind of like at the stage where I say what's in the box. Can I bring myself to say it? Shall I hold it in a bit longer? No, what's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box? Okay. Stop it. Chase, talk about rubbish. You just... No, let's talk about... I did an extra episode. You see it? We did a junk box. I put a junk box out on Wednesday. Ridiculous. Instantly became the fastest watched video out of all the videos I've ever put on. Basically just me showing you some absolute junk, retro gaming junk, games that are incomplete, bits of hardware without any cables.
Welcome
just
back
showing you
to
7 boxes
Junk
of
Box.
rubbish.
Yes, Junk Box.
Super popular. So less me is maybe more beneficial. What do you think? I think maybe, oh, it's a Retro Games channel show without that bloke on it. I think I'll watch that. Well, I was doing the voiceover. But anyway, no bids yet. You've got a week. Next Wednesday, I'm going to cut it off for next Wednesday. Starting at 100 quid for 7 boxes of Retro Gaming junk. I think it's worth a look. Worth a look. If you haven't checked the video, check it out. It'll be the video before this one. If you like looking at boxes of junk. But cheap junk. Cheap. What's in the box? Yeah, what's in the box? Okay, what's in the box? We've got some PlayStation to start with, some nice PlayStation games this week. Don't need to show you them, but we had Dino Crisis. Just starting off with Dino Crisis. Yeah, classic, you know. It's written by the same team who did Resident Evil. You know, this very sought after game actually, Dino Crisis and Dino Crisis 2. Why didn't they ever make a Dino Crisis 3? I've never been sure. And then following in the theme, Resident Evil Director's Cut back in. Yeah, last time we had that in the song very quickly. It came in this week. What about the original Doom? Yeah, the Doom double case. Yeah, these double cases like the original Tomb Raider, Ridge Racer, anything that rhymes. No, Doom doesn't rhyme. But yeah, classic original PS1 releases. Not going to show you it. And another one, double case one, of course, the epic king of all Final Fantasy games, Final Fantasy 7, and again, beautiful, lovely condition. I just thought I'd show you that, just to start us off, because starting off with something a bit more mainstream, because it gets a bit 8-bit this week. Oh, I know you guys love 8-bit, don't you? I love 8-bit. One more PlayStation. Alundra, yeah, role-playing adventure game, you know. But yeah, sought after game. Open it, Jace, open it. Yeah, this has got. It's got the manual. Hang on, it's got other stuff. It's got the manual on the disc. And what else has it got? It's got this. What is this? The fold-out map. Fold-out map and a little warranty thing. Yeah, so extras. We like extras in the games. Okay, that's all the PlayStation done. What other mainstream have I got? Well, I've got this. Well, I showed you Xbox 360 last week, but I've got this other one this week, hang on. And it's this. It's the Far Cry 3 Xbox 360 Insane Edition. And it's just worth a note. I mean, if you've never seen one of these, they're quite funny. It comes with a little hula doll. I'm going to try and get close. You can see the box there. It's a big chunky box for a disc game. But you can lift this face up and look. Oh, it's not that little hula doll, it's him. What is it, a bobblehead? Or sort of thing you put on your dashboard in American movies, and it jiggles about. I just think it's a nice thing. It's a nice thing, a nice bit of crud free with your game, and it's all about the crud. It's all about the crud, gang. Okay. Let's talk about a couple of funny formats here. Something different here. We've got a tape game for the Memotech MTX. Now this is an obscure console, but this game is called Blobbo. It's not about me. Blobbo. Just check this out. Yeah, just an excuse to put something on the channel for the Memotech. So I did. What else have we got? What about something for the Spectrum? Yeah, we've got a couple of Spectrum games this week. Only a couple. What about this? Street Hawk by Ocean. Now, I think we covered this in a previous episode for the Commodore 64, and it's a joke. The Commodore 64 version of Street Hawk is a joke. Thankfully, the Spectrum version, while not top rated, does make more sense. Check it out.
Yes, it looks like a pretty slow APB style game on a map. You've just missed the best bit. This is the jump mechanic. Your bike, it's just the shadow that moves. It's a bit of a... oh, he shot at me. Look at that. That was me jumping. That's me jumping again. Oh, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, Street Hawk there. And yeah, it's a love. This is the small case version. Also came in the double case. Check the double case. But yeah, I like the small case version. I like these Ocean. It looks nice next to your Mr. Wimpy. I'm gonna move that. Next to your Mr. Wimpy and next to your Daily Thompson's Decathlon. Small case Ocean games. They look nice. I like it. Street Hawk, brilliant. I always relate Street Hawk and Airwolf, both cheesy Glenn A. Larson TV shows, but I always kind of, in my brain, they kind of lump together. But of course, Airwolf is on the Elite label. Moving on, that's one more Spectrum, and it is a super rare one. Alien Maze.
Now, is it any wonder they are so rare? CRL renowned for terrible games. I mean, really, really poor games, and this is no exception. that is the screen, that part in the middle, and it's like a feeble version of 3D Monster Maze on the ZX81, but I can't see any bad guys. It's just a maze. But yeah, look at the graphics. I mean, if you think about that just as a shape changing, oh my god, it's very, very poor. Yes, Alien Maze by CRL. Check this out. It's beautiful. I love the artwork on the early CRL games. Pop it open, print it on the tape. It's very 1982. Oh no, it's 1983. What are you talking about? You can see the year there, Jace. But yeah, a very rare game for the Spectrum. Yeah, I'd like to have a couple of rarities on there. Okay, now, I hope you like this next format because there's quite a lot of it. We're going to talk about games for the BBC Model B. Yeah! Not educational though, if I can help it. I think I picked all games. Now, let's start off with this. This is rare. This is on the Interceptor label. What's Interceptor famous for? Cubert with a C. Cuthbert. It's Cuthbert. Tales of the Arabian Nights. Interceptor. What's the big Tales of Andromeda? That's Interceptor, isn't it? There's loads. I mean, they did their Scramble and they did, you know, various arcade things. And this is one of those. This is called Intruders, but what a beautiful game. What a beautiful cover. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love old things like this. And I don't think Interceptor released very much on the BBC. Very unusual. Written by G. Beavis. Thanks, G. Beavis. No, I'm missing a big game that Interceptor did. I can't think. Get off my garden. Get off my garden. They did that. There's loads. There's loads of Interceptor games, but did they ever have a big hit? I don't think they did. I don't think they did have a big one. Okay, another one, another rare game for the BBC. What about this? Star Trader. Now, this is a game by First Byte, but I have a feeling this is not the First Byte software who made Boulder Dash and Rockford's Riot releases. I think this is... Oh, that's First Star. That's First Star. Different company. This is First Byte. I think this might be their only game. But what a lovely image on the front. Some big green goblin man. Yes, I know, it's not much to look at, but then it is a space strategy game. And it uses tiny graphics, and it's yellow and blue. Where now? Calculate my score, what have I got? Oh.
Yeah. I think it's nice, isn't it? It's got a nice inlay, anything worth reading out. No, other great titles. Oh, it's got other great titles from... It hasn't got any proper instructions. Other great titles from First Byte. King Ape. I wonder what sort of game these are. Can you guess the game? Star Force Lander, Valley of the Pharaohs, and Space Adventure 1. So there are other games on the First Byte label. And this is early, isn't it? 83 again. 83! What a year! What a year! So many amazing games, all on cassette. Love it. This one's a little bit more... I find this one a bit confusing. This is called Saloon Sally. Saloon Sally. Don't you think of maybe a prostitute or something? But I don't know. It's not. Check out Saloon Sally.
Yeah, not much of a Wild West kind of feeling about this. I mean, they're wearing Wild West clothes. You can push the blocks like Sokoban. It's a maze game. I mean, by that cover, you would never think this is a maze game. No, you can't push the ones with the yellow blocks in. Can I get past? I think that guy's stuck in the middle. Can I get past him? I can't actually get past him. Brilliant. I think I've broken the game just checking it out. I can squash one of these guys. No, he got me.
Yeah, it's more arcade action, but it's on the Scion label, and I feel like this is a bit like cheating. It's cheating on Sinclair because Scion, famous for releasing so many, like, you know, well, making Horizons. They made so many of the Sinclair Spectrum titles. Scion made Hungry Horace, didn't they? Hungry Horace Goes Skiing. They're Scion games, aren't they? Yeah, I think they are. space intruders. They're all there. Planetoids. There's so many Sinclair first-party games were actually written by Scion, who went on to make the Scion organizer and the Scion handheld computers. But then they released a game for the BBC. I don't know. I find it interesting. I do love it. I think it's very nice. It's a very nice looking game of the time, 1983. Okay, one more of these crazy rare ones, and that is this Shuttle Pilot by Oakleaf.
Yes, been desperate to play this one. Okay, we've got the controls. This is going to be great. Hang on. Is that the refresh rate? Try the lasers. The game stopped while the laser shot. It's a bit slow.
What an unusual game. Shuttle Pilot by Oakleaf. Wow. I mean, it's got a keyboard overlay. It's got the logo of a tree on the cassette. Got a keyboard overlay. I just opened that up. Yeah, I mean, they went to town on the BBC. The game, shall we read the instructions? You've seen it. Your mission is to launch the shuttle into space on a preset flight path. You must then orbit the Earth and find 2 satellites. It sounds a bit techie, but very nice. And it's got proper big inlay full of instructions. It's very nice. Super, super rare. It's nice to see some really rare games on the Beeb, the BBC Micro. More famous for educational stuff, but plenty of brilliant games on there. And one of the companies that made loads of brilliant original games is Superior Software. They made a whole huge library. They really did focus. They released some stuff, other formats. You'll find a couple on Spectrums, Commodore 64, VIC-20, but mainly they were BBC. And they really, they're cheeky boys. They were cheeky boys, Superior. They did rip off the licenses like this one. Zany Kong. Yeah, so Zany Kong Jr. You didn't have to add the Junior, did you? But you had to make it more cheeky. Zany Kong Jr. Ripping off our old mates Nintendo.
I mean, it looks pretty proficient, but that Mario, that is Mario. Unlicensed Mario. Why did they have to put him in? I mean, it's ridiculous. Sometimes we think that, Nintendo too officious, they don't like people selling second-hand games, or, they're really protective over their ROMs and stuff, but this was a company literally ripping them off, and they got away with it.
It's a Kong clone. They do a lot of clones. I like this one. This one's called Wallaby. Yeah, well, I love the artwork on this. Isn't that gorgeous? Wallaby by Superior. We've got a whole run of this Superior Software stuff. Beautiful condition. Lovely. What's next? What about this? Now, I like the name of this one. This game is called Neutron, which, that sounds like a good name for a game. Yeah, but if you look at the cover art, it's Tron. It's a game of a new Tron. They're clever, aren't they? Clever. A new version of Tron. That's a clever, because we had lots of dodgy remakes of the game, the arcade classic Tron, called Trom, or E-Tron, or there's loads of them. But yeah, Neutron, I think that's pretty awesome. Very nice, Neutron. Keep going. I like the look of this one. There's another one with amazing artwork. This game is called Mutant Spiders. Look at the artwork on that, isn't that lovely? Yeah, Mutant Spiders, super rare. I mean, this super rare. We have never, a lot of these games we have never had in stock before. That's 28 years, and you're thinking, Superior games on the BBC, they're really common. You see them around. You do see certain titles a lot. There's some titles, yeah, 2 quid games, because you see them all the time. But Superior released so much stuff, and there is so much stuff that nobody ever bought. So many super rare titles like Mutant Spiders. So yeah, while it looks like it shouldn't be an expensive game, it is. There's my justification. No, I mean, if we've been buying and selling games for 28 years and we've never had it in stock, It's got to be flipping rare. And we bought a lot of BBC collections over them years. What about this one? Gideon's Gamble.
Yes, and why is it that a lot of the games with the very best titles and the best cover art on the inlay is a text adventure game? And they can't really match the graphics of the sleeve on the game.
Wow, isn't that a bit highbrow, isn't it? Highbrow. A sailing game. Yeah. Beautiful. No instructions. A lot of these games, the early superiors, didn't actually come with any proper instructions. Yeah, a tall ships game. Wow. What about this? A Jack and the Beanstalk. Ridiculously rare, and it's just like a big green block. They could have done a better cover than that, couldn't they? What is it? Just a bloke standing. I don't know. It looks like a weed farm. I don't know. Jack and the Beanstalk again. Oh, this one's got instructions. Yeah, it's got instructions. Yeah. But yeah, rare. It's rare. Another one. Oh, this one looks. I mean, the cover on this one. Cosmic Kidnap.
I quite like this one. Yeah, you've got to stop the aliens stealing the central. I guess it's a building with your treasured lives inside. They're going to steal your lives. Yeah, it seems quite clever. Bit different take on Space Invaders.
And again, it looks a bit pathetic. It does, doesn't it? But you kind of get what the game's about. Cosmic Kidnap. There it is. Beautiful. What's next? Now the thing about Superior is they wanted to release arcade games like Coin Op, based on the Coin Op arcade games, trying to get some extra points, some extra sales, I guess. So they released things like this. Frogger. Yes, Frogger. Proper Frogger. It's not anything. We're totally ripping off. This is absolutely no license from Konami for this. This is Frogger. But then they obviously got in trouble because then they had to release Froggy. Froggy. So follow that up. Yeah, same artwork. Just change that Frogger to a Froggy and everything's okay. They let you off. They still let you release it. But cheeky, isn't it? Cheeky. I'd like to say that was the only time they did it. But what about this? Centipede. Yeah, Centipede. There we go. And got in trouble again. And what did they release? Centibug. Centibug. Can you see that? Right, let's do the spines. Centipede. Centibug. Very, very good. Same artwork, slightly different cases. But the weird thing about Centipede and Centibug is that on the Spectrum, DK-Tronics, that label DK-Tronics, did exactly the same thing. Yep, Centipede first, Centibug after. I mean, Atari must have had a tough time dealing with the UK game scene. Like, all the people just absolutely ripping off all their games. You think so? I mean, look, this is a cheeky one. This is Missile Strike. Missile Strike is a bit like Missile Command. You can tell by the cover, can't you? I mean, not hiding what the game's about, are they? Missile Strike. I don't know if there is a version of that called Missile Command. I haven't seen that before. What about this one? Winged Warlords. Remind you of anything? Yeah, it's Joust, isn't it? It's absolute rip-off of Joust. Another Atari classic. Winged Warlords. Is there any more? Yeah, there's more. What about this? Invaders. It doesn't say Space Invaders, but Taito, you know, they could have pressed on it, couldn't they? They could have probably had a case against Superior for that. Just Invaders. Very cheeky. Not finished. Galaxians, the Namco coin-op. Yeah, literally called Galaxians.
Yes, now this one is really up there as one of the worst ever conversions of a video. I mean, it's not official conversion, but oh my god, what kind of level of poor is this? Oh, I know, you can't quite believe that they would put out a game in such shoddy state. Terrible, absolutely terrible.
I mean, I guess sales are so low, they just didn't care. We don't care. We're just nicking the name. We're nicking the game, we're copying the game, we're releasing it with the same name. I mean, different times, I know. Haven't finished. Qbert, yes! Not just called Qbert, but Q asterisk Bert, just like every version of Parker Qbert there is. Absolutely outrageous! Outrageous, but super rare. Super rare. Is that it? Is that it for the arcade ones? Yeah, no. No, just to show you. Tempest. Tempest? Spot the difference. That is right, an official Atari logo. It's like they'd had so many arguments with Atari, they built up a rapport. They're probably dealing with the market. They just, oh, for God's sake, just give us 50 quid, you can have the licence. It's got to be. I'd love to know the deal. They'd released so much stuff ripping off Atari, and then for Atari to actually give them a licence for Tempest. It's funny. And that, I mean, we know what Tempest is like, don't we? Tempest. Picture doesn't really cover it, does it? That's mad. Jeff Minter wouldn't be happy with that cover picture. Okay, a few more funny ones. Moving away from the arcade stuff. Boris in the Underworld, not our ex-Prime Minister. Boris in the Underworld. Now look at the artwork for this one. Look at him. He's in his. He looks like he should be in Saberwolf, shouldn't he?
Sadly, it's another pretty ropey game. We're racing for that hat. Now that is not the hat. That's not the pith helmet on the cover. He doesn't even put the hat on when he gets to it. Next level. The walls are coming in. You've got a dodgy fire. Oh, you've got to avoid this ball. Shoot the yellow faces. I mean, this is what the Underworld's like.
But yeah, beautiful game. I love that. That artwork is fabulous. Boris in the Underworld. Super, super rare. Any more, Jace? What about this one? Colditz Adventure. Well, we know what this is about. This is about escaping Colditz. It's probably adventure. We can work it out. We can no instructions. Very nice cover. Colditz Adventure. I like the look of that. Don't worry, not finished yet. Now this is the one. This is the one that takes the biscuit. And I don't know if we've covered this before, but it's a game that really makes me chuckle. Cue the music. Oh yeah, Rocky! Yeah, Rocky! Rocky! Yeah. Adrian! Check it out. Yeah, this is Rocky by Superior, and it features a caveman throwing rocks. It is nothing to do with boxing at all. Very cheeky, isn't it? Oh yeah, go to the shop, I'm going to buy that new Rocky game. Yeah, Rocky game where you chuck rock. They were cheeky boys. They were cheeky in Superior software. They're very cheeky. One more Superior game I just had to show you, and that's this. It's cribbage. Cribbage. Isn't that a game a bit like bridge?
Two of clubs.
Partner led the jack.
So he most likely has touching honours in clubs. So he must have the 10. I have the ace-king. Queen is in dummy, and Shaw hasn't played it. So, my partner's jack is good.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. I'm in love with her. I'm in love. I need to put that on once a week. It's going to be, I wouldn't be surprised if a card game turns up on the show next week. It might not be bridge. We've deviated, aren't we? We've gone to cribbage. It's going to be getting,
what I found.
Shh. It's going to be getting weaker and weaker, isn't it? One more game in the box, and that is this. Not particularly rare, but just to show that it wasn't just Superior who were ripping off famous coin-op companies. Look at this. Space Invaders, not holding back. We are Space Invaders. Suck it, Tato. This is Space Invaders, completely unlicensed. I've checked the inlay thoroughly. It is a bug bite release, and it's a gorgeous cover, to be honest. It does look the business. But that is totally unofficial. Total rip-off. It was the Wild West of gaming back in that 1983 period, especially on the more obscure formats, BBC, VIC-20. So much weird and wacky stuff. ZX81. And I love bringing it to your attention. Thank you for watching. Check out all these games. They will be on the site this week. Until next week, happy retro gaming, retro gamers!
Retrogames says thank you for watching. Retrogames says thank you for watching.
Does anybody still play cribbage?